minute or less live. I just love to catch the breaking things. I mean, this did not just happen. It happened maybe an hour ago, right after I got off my live, funny enough. Or maybe right around the time I was on my live, as a matter of fact, because I didn't see it live. I saw it on Twitter a few minutes later and said Izzy goes off on HISAM. So I was like, oh, they had a conversation. Let me, as I've told you guys, Izzy is an extremely emotional Big Brother player and an emotional person. I know that Big Brother brings out the emotions in people, but you can already tell that that's who she is in general. What's up, Bill? You can already tell that's who she is in general and how she is, right? So they were all sitting in the room. The majority, like 2/3 of the house, were sitting in the HOH room. Izzy has been boiling because of the fact that I saw parts of this conversation that Izzy had with HISAM last night, where she was trying to, I don't know, make him feel better, and they were having a conversation where she was like, hey, let's you and I talk things that are not game for the next few days. Like, let's chill, let's get to know each other, let's get comfortable with one another, because we've talked so much game so far, and at this point in time, I think it would be a nice thing for us to get to know each other personally. He's like, yeah, I agree, I look forward to that. I think they even hugged it out, and so that's where she felt like they were at. That's what she felt like they were at this point in time. She goes to bed. HISAM goes around and talks to everybody and tells Blue and tells America and probably Jag and some other people that he's most disappointed in Izzy. Because he said Izzy and him had these plans together. They talked about going to the end together. So, of course, we're in the chat house. We're in the chats. So everybody took that information. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while, J Daily City. Everybody took that information that HISAM told them about him, Izzy, and went to Izzy with it. Izzy cannot hold information. That's the one thing that's the biggest weakness in Izzy's game. If somebody says something to her and she's mad about it, she has to confront the person. She cannot help herself. So when she was in the room, she was like telling all the ladies, Sari and Mama Felicia and everyone in the room, she was like, I should go downstairs right now, and whatever room he's in with whoever he's in, I should just follow him around. And instead of being like good friends, I mean, they're not her friends, but I feel like they should have been telling her, like, Izzy, the guy's going home. It does not benefit you in any way to go be in his space, and knowing that she's a hothead, you know that it's not going to be something that benefits her mental health in general. But they were all like, yeah, go do it. Yeah, Izzy, go do it. Like, she's just there for their entertainment. Nobody's really looking out for her in this game, to be honest with you. Nobody. Not Jared, not Sari, not Mama Fee, not anybody. Is she the star of the show? Star. She's definitely a top 5 most entertaining person on this season. So if that's what you mean by star, I can give you that. She's one of the most entertaining on this season by a mile. So they didn't talk her out of it. So she goes downstairs and she goes and tells Corey of this plan. Like, hey, Corey, I'm going to go into the room with him and I'm going to make him uncomfortable by being in the room and be like, hey, what's going on? What are you talking about? And Corey looks frustrated. Corey is a genuine dude, it seems like. He seems like really genuine. Whether you think he's right or wrong or anything in between, he's like, seems just very solid with his convictions. And he was the one person who was like, Izzy, you don't need to do anything. You don't need to confront him. He's sinking his own ship. You don't have to talk to him about it. You don't have to argue with him about it. But no, she was dead set on doing it, and all the people she really, really listens to were like, yeah, go do it. So she's walking around, and I'm like, I know that something's gonna happen. I know that something's gonna happen. Now I'm not even gonna gas it up, unless there's something I missed. This was only a 30 to 40 second conversation that wasn't really a conversation. And you can look at it. I have it on my short. I have the whole thing on my Twitter page, Mindful Reality. And it was basically they just crossed each other in the hallway. And she was like, I felt bad for you yesterday. Why are you lying to everyone about me? And he was like, I haven't lied about anything. And she was like, yes, you have. She was like, yes, you have. And then he was like, do you want to talk about it? And she was like, no. And she just like walked away from him and left. So I'm going to be doing my training, my gym training, like in the next 8 to 10 minutes. So I know that despite the fact that she walked away from that conversation, more is going to happen because a lot is happening right now. A lot is happening right now. So that's the reason why I hopped on live now, because I know that in an hour when I finish my training, I'm going to have stuff to, I'm going to have to catch up on everything because it's moving fast and furious today. There was also a conversation between Corey and Jared, which I thought was a little bit interesting, where they were talking about their standing in the game and things HISAM said about each of them. And during that conversation, Corey was like, straight up, I want Jag out because Jag is not protecting me in any kind of way. He's not aligned with me in any kind of way. That's the number one person that I would want out. And Jared was like, I'm on the same page with you there because of Jag's connection with Blue, and the fact that he, asked her and had that whole debate and argument of like, would you pick Jag over me if we were on the block together? And her answer was like, I'm leaning towards you. And he doesn't want her to lean. He doesn't want her to lean. He wants her to jump and leap onto his side, which doesn't even make sense because she was working with Jag from day one. And hey, Retro, she was working with Jag from day one, and they just kind of developed this showmance in the last few days. So it kind of gives a little possessive vibes to me. It's a little possessive. But yeah, so Izzy finally confronted HISAM. It was short, but I'm sure there will be further conversations because it's only Tuesday, y'all. They're going to be in the house together for another 2 days. Cameron, my anxiety is up. Yo, Big Brother is like the most... It's fun and it's unhealthy at the same time, but I love it. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm stuck with it now. And this is the type of season where I blink and I miss something. So, because I blinked and I didn't catch the Izzy confrontation live, and then it was all over Twitter, and I'm like, whoa, when did this happen? The thing about this season is that no one is steamrolling. Yeah, and this is the thing, Cameron. People are complaining, right? People have been complaining about the poor gameplay and all that stuff. And then people complained also the last couple of years with the Cookout Alliance. And then after the Cookout Alliance, they complained about the Leftovers Alliance. And it was like, we don't like this big alliance game where big alliances just steamroll the game. So you should love a season like this, because despite the fact that we have so many alliances, clearly these alliances are like the stock market. They're like, whoop, one day the stock is up here and the next day the stock is down here. Not even days, actually. Sometimes it goes by the minute. Like 1 minute, this whole alliance could be like, oh yeah, we're 7 strong. And then somebody drops something in conversation and everything's in a muck. I don't have anxiety because of a favorite. I have anxiety because it's so much to keep up on. It's like, it's not about a favorite. Last season, I would say I had anxiety because of a favorite because I was heavily rooting for Taylor. So that was the anxiety. Like, if Taylor goes out, I'm not gonna enjoy this season. That's not the case here. If HISAM goes out, I'm gonna enjoy the season. If Jared goes out, who I was, rooting for the mother son thing, I'm still gonna enjoy the season. Even though I do have people that I like more than others, there's only a few of them really that could go out and make me feel like I wouldn't enjoy the show. But I feel like there's just so many variables and so many loose cannons. Like, there's Izzy on the season, there's Sari on the season, there's Mama Fee on the season who had her big dramatic moment yesterday. There's people that we haven't even really seen what they're capable of, like Bowie or America. Like, there's just so much to the season that I'm just excited no matter which direction it goes, and it could go any direction. We're not really I feel like we're not really solidly gonna know anything until at least another 6 or 7 more people are taken out. When we have about eight people left, that's when I'll probably be able to breathe a little bit and be like, okay, I can not see the feeds for 2 to 3 hours and everything is cool. But you know what? Thank you for this. Thank you, Big Brother, for this. Thanks to Big Brother for this, because we had so many hours already of the feeds being down that we needed this excitement. We definitely needed this excitement. We definitely needed this excitement. But with that said, I do have to run. I'll for sure be on here later tonight, and I will talk to you soon. Yes, before I go, everyone like, subscribe, share, hit your notification bell, and thanks for hopping on.